friend Auntee, DJ Auntee Mimi, them the big shit talker.
And I'm Prince Ali, amorous he,
And we are, can you hear me now?
the podcast.
And make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube. Can you hear me now? The pod. Subscribe, y'all. We're going to have a little giveaway for our subscribers coming up soon. So make sure y'all stay tapped into us. What's up, Mark? Prince?
What's going on?
What's going on with you?
Not much.
Got your Nike tech on?
It's not tech. Don't say that.
We're twinning. Twin. Where have you been? Can I sing?
Yeah, all you want. You know, Sister premiered 30 years ago.
I was just watching that the other night.
Yeah.
Because I'm up all night with the baby, or up and down with the baby. I always put on like a series. And Sister was like the latest. Before that, it was like Boy Meets World. Just letting it play through the seasons.
When this boy meets world, boy meets world.
Yeah.
Mr. Feeney.
I love Mr. Feeney. Topanga.
TGIF.
Do you know the guy who plays
Mr. Feeney?
No, not Mr. Feeney. We're gonna talk about Quiet on the Set. But the friend, the neighbor.
Yeah.
The one
Boy
who
Meets World,
on
the best friend.
The best friend.
Yeah.
You know, he wrote a statement for the pedophile, like defending him. Did you watch the end of it? We'll talk about it. I was like, what was his name on Boy Meets World?
I can't think of it, but yeah.
I always get a brain fart every time this mic comes on.
Mm-hmm.
What's been going on, Prince Ali?
Not much.
I seen you outside.
You saw me outside?
I saw you outside.
I ain't seen you.
Oh, I ain't been outside. Baby, I ain't been. How was it?
It was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You look cute.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Thanks.
I'm saying on your outside photos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know I don't get too many of those, so.
Yeah, I was shocked. I had to, double tap.
It was shocking to see me with real clothes on, with hard clothes, with starch.
Yes. So look at friend. Okay. Do your outside shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had a little sip that night?
I had a little.
With Hennessy?
No. No. I keep telling you, I'm not a Hennessy person. I don't see how people are still...
Wine?
Okay, relax.
What are you sipping on?
You think I go to the club and order a glass of wine?
I think you order like Prosecco.
What type of person is that? Describe that person. That person that goes to like the same club you would go to and orders like a Chablis.
They have
a Merlot.
A 800 credit score.
What are they dressed in? Is this male? It's a male. What are they dressed in?
Macy's finest. Like with a purple loafer with the tassel on it.
Yeah.
They look like
loafer?
Yeah, like 2005
driving moccasin.
2005 business casual club wear. That's what they're wearing. Remember that? Why were we all dressed
Polo
in?
with the sports coat. Jeans.
Why were we all dressed in business?
The driving shoe.
Why were we all dressed in business casual going to the club?
You guys were crazy. I don't know why you guys did that.
You did it too. You did it too.
You guys were crazy girls. I don't know why you did that.
I was definitely dressed in business casual.
I was not a business. I may have been caught once, maybe, but it wasn't like a thing for me. Like it wasn't my style.
Business cash.
Yeah.
You were dressed like Soulja Boy?
No.
With a tall tee?
No. I don't know.
Kanye West with the polo.
Yeah, there we go. More like that.
With the polo.
Less like business casual, just more like regular, like a nice polo and some jeans.
You had those shades like that look like the shades.
No, I wasn't that kind of cool. I was a different kind of cool, not that kind of cool. Were you that kind of cool?
I wasn't that cool.
No, I wasn't that kind of cool. I was just the kind like, oh, he's cool.
Kind of cool.
He's hip.
Just a little. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about our movie clip? Are you ready? Have you been watching do you watch if y'all have not paid attention, like I highlight black movies. Okay.
Here's the thing. Everything that you've given me so far I've seen. Am I wrong?
Except CB4.
Oh yeah. So I haven't not seen CB4. I just haven't watched CB4. It's not I
Okay.
whatever. But I'm actually a pretty big movie buff. So I watch everything else besides CB4. I've actually sat down and watched, and I could probably give you a better quote from.
Okay. So let's test it out. This is our Auntie Mimi movie clip of the week. Do you need me to go over what we're doing?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Shoot it to me straight.
The outside sign says this his school is for instructions of martial arts. So we thought we might get some lessons. Where do we sign up? Yeah. Come on, Leroy. Teach me something. I don't wish to fight you. Well, who do you wish to fight then? Them? Or one of them ladies, maybe? Yeah, since you're too much of a sissy to fight me, maybe they're more your speed. Get them, girls. Maybe you can get a ride out of this limp wimp.
Mm. Is that The Last Dragon? Where are you getting this selection of movies? What drawer are you digging in?
I'm crying.
What is this selection?
They're black movies.
Oh.
Who doesn't love The Last Dragon?
It's not my
Am I the prettiest?
Shona.
Good job. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that again.
Please don't. What did I ask you if you've seen?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, wait, I have to figure out the name of it.
I'm sure I didn't. I
I
don't
just
watch a lot of
asked you.
movies. I fall asleep on movies. I'm a comfortable movie watcher. Like, I watch the same movies over and over again for comfortability.
Where the Heart Is.
Explain.
It's
What is
the
it about?
story where the lady gave birth inside of Walmart to this baby. So I forget if they were on a road trip. They had to be on some type of road trip, or they were like moving across country. And she's like 9 months pregnant. She has to pee really bad. Like, they're in this old beat up jalopy of a pickup truck. The floor is missing. Her shoes fall through. Like, there's a hole in the floor in her shoes, like her flip flops, because she fell
Those
asleep.
movies make me sad.
Yeah, it was like a heartwarming. It wasn't like a crying movie. It was like a heartwarming movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
Is it on Lifetime?
no, it was like a real movie.
Okay.
A real movie. But yeah, her shoes. That was the thing. Her shoes fell through the hole in the floor while she was asleep. So she was barefoot and 9 months pregnant, and she had to pee. So he pulls over at Walmart. She gets out. He waits for her. Long story short, she comes back. He's gone, nowhere to be found.
The baby they left her.
Yeah, at Walmart. She's just like perusing around the parking lot.
Barefoot and pregnant.
I think she got shoes while she was in there, but she's definitely pregnant, as far as I recall. And then at the end of the night, she's just stuck. She's in the middle of nowhere. She's not home.
So was this back in the days where there's no cell phones?
Yeah, this is like 90s.
Okay.
Like late 90s.
Okay.
Maybe like early 2000s. I can't remember. But yeah, so it's late. Now she's like, okay, the store is closing. She ends up going inside the store, long story short, and sleeping in there, like setting up camp. She blows up like an air mattress.
In Walmart.
Inside of Walmart. The store closes down. So she does this. She hides in the bathroom or wherever in the dressing room. And then once everybody clears out, she goes and does all this. Well, and I think she was doing this for a little while now that I'm remembering. Like, it was more than one night.
Mm-hmm.
So one night, basically, she goes into labor, her water breaks, and she's having a baby inside of Walmart, of all places. Yeah. And then this lady, I forget how it happens, but she meets this lady that ends up liking her, and she takes her home to live with her and helps with the baby and all of that.
A stranger.
Yeah, and the lady dies, like, years later, the lady dies and, like, leaves her house to her.
That is such a sad movie. I would cry the whole way through.
Yeah.
Movies like that make me think, like, I don't know. I think too much. Like, why do you just didn't help ask somebody for help
Like
earlier?
what?
Like,
Like
why did
who?
you camp out for days?
Like who though?
Somebody,
You're 500
anybody.
miles away from home. Who? What?
Why?
She was with her, the love of her
Where are
life.
y'all going? He's obviously not
I
a love.
forget the story. Well, she loved him clearly. She followed. She went with him.
That is so the movie. That is such a tragedy.
It's a great movie. You guys should all watch it.
What is it called again?
Where the Heart Is.
Where the Heart Is. So the movie came up because I was explaining to Prince that my husband got in a car accident on the same day that I was being discharged from the hospital. So he decides to go home and he doesn't want to take a shower in the hospital like I have to shower in the hospital. We're one band, one sound. Like I shower in the hospital, you shower in the hospital. So he wants to go home and take a shower. And he goes home. I'm literally looking at his location. He's at home. I know he's asleep. Like he's passed the fuck out in the house. And I had to call my neighbor I had to open my garage from my phone, call my neighbor to come yell his name because he's passed the fuck out at home. While I'm stressing these hospital folks, good hospital people out by trying to be discharged. I'm discharged. Now I'm looking like a single mom with no car seat and nowhere to go, no ride.
Did they let you keep the wheelchair at least?
Well, I was discharged, but I was still in the room. But it's still like, they're like, oh, well, you was pressing us about going home, bitch, go home. Like, where's your ride?
Oh, so they didn't like leave
no,
you in
they
front
didn't
of the
like
hospital?
wheel me out. Thank God. They didn't wheel my ass out. You know, they're just coming in and checking like, hey, like, when are you leaving? I need the room. Like, pack it up. And then he decides to get into a car accident on the way back to the hospital. So it was like all kind of dramatic shit going on. So that's how it came up because I told Prince that I felt like I felt like abandoned. Postpartum, like I'm emotional.
And I said, you don't know abandoned. You should watch this movie.
That's abandoned.
It was just a hiccup. You had a bed. There was a TV.
But who does that?
That's sleepy people. What do you mean who does
it's,
that?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
I just
so imagine
gave birth.
if you were driving.
I just gave birth to a 7-pound baby.
Yeah.
I'm tired. So yeah, that was fucked up.
So sorry that happened to you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry too.
I hope it doesn't affect your life in the long run.
It does. It definitely will. It definitely will. Did you watch Quiet on the Set?
I did. Was it me or did it seem like there was another episode coming?
I thought it was. So I turned it off because I was going to sleep. And it was like the last episode. And I don't like watching shit like that when I'm like drifting off to sleep because I tend to dream about. Do you dream about stuff that you hear? Or do you sleep with the TV on?
I used to never be able to sleep with the TV on. I used to not understand it. Like, the only people I knew that did it were old people like my grandparents. And now I kind of need it. Like, I can't not
have noise.
Yeah, and I can't, it can't be loud. It can't be loud enough to where and it can't be anything that I've not seen before. It has to be something that I know so that I'm not like interested in what's going on. I'm not like trying to watch or figure out or, you know what I mean? Like, I have to know the ending in order to be comfortable going to sleep. And like, okay. You know?
So same. So I turned it off because I was getting ready to go to bed and I didn't want to dream about pedophiles.
So my remedy, for that, I do that quite often. I'll watch something stupid
and dream about it.
I'll be scared to dream about it. So I have to put something cute on.
Comedy.
Like Golden Girls.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I Love Lucy.
Family Matters.
I would never put Family Matters on. I would never put, and you know what else I would never put on? And I love it, but I would never put it on to go to sleep.
What?
Living Single.
I put that on to go to sleep too. Why?
Those shows don't.
They're not comedy?
No. It's not that. They don't fit into that
category?
Particular box for me.
Okay.
Like, I want to watch those, and even though I've seen them a million times, I want to laugh at it. Like, I want to enjoy it. Like, I don't want it to just be on and passing me by.
I've never seen the end of Living Single. Like I haven't watched.
Overton and Sinclair got married, but that was before.
How did it end?
I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
It might have just ended. May have just ended. No, did Max and Kyle get married?
Yes.
And it was like a destination wedding or something?
Yeah. It was something. It was an ending, like Martin and Fresh Prince. So quiet on this. What happened?
Never mind. Go
ahead.
I was going to ask who had the most memorable ending, but I think that's an obvious one.
Out of Fresh Prince, Living Single, Martin. Are we too young for what's the one?
Amen.
You know I
227. Oh. Do you know who sings that song?
No.
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, that is Aretha.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show? I forgot.
Are you okay?
What's the name of the show?
I don't know either.
It's right there. How can we? My black card is gonna be revoked. Yours too.
I do know it. I just want you to get it.
A Different World.
There you go.
A Different World. Okay. I haven't seen those are so Living Single and Different World are shows I haven't watched like consecutively all the way through.
I've probably seen every episode of A Different World. Just not A Different World used to be a daytime show I feel like for us that was a daytime show, not an evening. Well, for me it was a daytime show. Like that was something I watched that came on like when you stayed home from school.
After All My Children?
Yeah, like around that time, like 11, 12-ish. That's how it was.
Before Price is Right.
Oh, you grew up in a different place than I did. What time did Price is Right come on for you as a kid?
Daytime.
Like what?
Like 12, 1, 2?
No, it was like 9, 10 for me.
AM?
Yeah, it was like a morning, not morning, but like a daytime show. Like, okay. It was like that, like all those shows. It was Price is Right. What's the other one that came on during the day? Not Wheel of Fortune.
Supermarket Sweep. Why am I gagging you right now?
I remember that, but that's not like, that wasn't like a show.
I love Supermarket Sweep. My grandma used to Supermarket Sweep it up.
No, but those shows, the game shows were before the judge shows. The judge shows were at like 12, 1, 2.
Okay. So you might be right. I could have the lineup wrong. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. My memory is foggy.
Yeah. And then we had I Love Lucy and Andy Griffin.
Those came on at night. Well, Andy Griffin came on in the daytime with Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. That was like skipping school hours. Like you stayed home from school sick.
Those give me bad.
Those give me amazing memories. Like what? I pulled it off. I'm here.
When Andy Griffin came
you guys are leaving and I'm still here. I pulled it's the ultimate.
One day, so when I was in high school, my mom used to leave to go to work before I went to school, before the bus came.
Mm-hmm.
So I called myself staying home. Like she trusted me to go, catch the bus, go to school. I was probably in the 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed home one day.
In the 10th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was like an elementary school
story.
No.
It just reminded me. 10th grade story. I was in high school. And why my mama come home on her lunch break? I hid in the closet. It wasn't like a walk-in closet. It was like a slider closet. I hid in the closet the whole time. I was terrified.
Like, what did she do? Make a sandwich?
I don't know. Took a nap.
What if she would have did something inappropriate? What if she would have had company?
That would have been terrible. And I've heard my mom have sex before. It was terrible. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I've heard her.
what
Like,
was the scenario? What was the like?
she.
You were just in the other room and she didn't
No.
care. What? Like, explain
No.
that to me.
So when I was like 11, my parents like split up,
Mm-hmm.
and she got with this man from church. His name was Charles. And he was like a bigger, like heavy set man, you know? And
Not Charles from church.
Charles. Oh, you don't trust Charles.
Not Charles from church.
He was in the choir and everything. He drove a white Camry. It was like
Oh my goodness. Wait. I'm sorry.
he
I'm
did.
sorry. Not Charles from church with the with the white Camry.
He had a white Camry.
In the choir.
He sung in the choir because they had like a duet together.
Oh my god. Do you know how upsetting that would be for me? Like, you brought home Charles from church. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. And what happened?
So my parents were like fresh off like their breakup, and I was like 11, and they started like her and Charles like started seeing each other and stuff. And, like she would go to his house.
Please don't call that man Charles. Is that what you had to call him? Or was it like Mr. Charles?
It was Charles.
Uncle Charles?
No. So he would come over and like spend the night and stuff. So I was like one of those kids, like I didn't want I didn't want my mom to be dating because I knew what they was doing. So I would try to like fall asleep in her bed and stuff, like when I knew he was coming over. And she would like wake me up to go get in my own bed. And I would just be up all night like crying.
Wow, her and Charles was just going
And
at it.
one night, I think it was multiple nights, they had a lot of sex. And I would just like hear them having sex. And like I said, he was a bigger man, so it was like a breathing. It was so disgusting. It was like
And then you got to look at him in the choir.
I had to look at him and like he used to ask me if I wanted in and out. No, I don't want to fucking in and out, Charles.
Mr. Charles.
So yeah, but back to what we were talking about. Quiet on the Set.
Yeah.
What was it cringy for you like it was for me? Like,
Yeah, it was super cringy. It. You know who pissed me off the most in the whole story?
Dan Snyder, because he's fat and sloppy.
Aside from him and what's the other guy's name?
I forgot his name, but he looks creepy as fuck.
Pete.
What's his name, Pete?
Pete. The guy from what's the guy at the end from Drake and Josh?
Drake.
Yeah. His parents.
Well, his dad
tried. No, he did not try. So you are a mother. You're a parent. You're a mother.
I'm a different kind of mama.
I get it, but if the situation arose and your husband and it went down exactly like that, and your husband came to you and said, "I tried," and he explained that he did exactly what Drake's dad did.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. First of all, I am never going to leave my child, man, woman, dog.
Do you understand?
Cat. I'm not leaving my
how
baby.
Dan Snyder would not have a nose at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I cannot fathom. I'm not a parent, but I can't fathom. I can't comprehend. I can't comprehend a parent not being immediately offended and immediately
intervening
when you feel or you see. This man said he witnessed something that made him uneasy. why was that not the end of? Do you understand? Nickelodeon would not. We would have no connection. That would be the end of it. Like we're done with that. Would That's it.
I would own Nickelodeon.
No, no, no. I'm saying when I first saw something that made me feel uncomfortable,
Oh
like I
yeah,
don't like where that's going.
yeah,
No, we're done.
yeah,
That's it. Let's
yeah,
go. We're
yeah,
done. We'll eat beans and rice the rest of our life. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like,
Or we'll figure it out a different way.
yeah, I can't understand a parent not
Mm.
immediately taking
Action.
that action.
Mm.
That you know what I mean? Like, yeah, the
Pulling your kid
mom,
away from the situation altogether.
like not just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, that just goes to. It's just to me, Nickelodeon, R. Kelly,
Are
same
hand in hand.
shit. It's the same shit. These parents
Sorry.
kind of fed their kids to the wolves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like,
What was the one, the black kid? Like he had to put the nose, and he had a big nose. They dressed him up like a fucking fetus. First of all, a black fetus and a black fucking black
listen,
brown suit.
listen. Can I just say I remember, like, not that I knew anything about any of this that was going on, but I can remember being a kid and
Knowing that something was
no, no, no,
off.
no, not even that. No, not
Mm.
even that. Just bodysuits making me super uncomfortable. Like just seeing a kid my age in a
Mm.
skin tight body. Like I remember feeling
Like
like
wrestling suits.
I could never like even
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
a legitimate wrestling team
Mhm,
wrestling suit.
mhm.
Like I could never like it's always like I can remember being a kid and
And making
being
you
watching
cringe.
certain stuff. Like yeah,
Mm,
you know what I mean?
mm,
Like so I can't again imagine as a parent letting what? No,
mm,
my son has nuts. No, you're not gonna what?
mm.
No.
Put him in
I
a suit.
I just can't imagine.
Mm,
I can't understand. I would feel the same way about a little girl. Like you
mm.
know, just certain things are just super.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, as a
Mm,
again, I'm not a
yeah.
parent, so
But still, you know what's appropriate, what should be appropriate and what should not be appropriate.
yeah.
And as we saw on the documentary, Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon kind of walked that fine line between inappropriate and
But I
children's
also
comedy.
come from a super, for lack of a better term, like a really prudish family.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
mean? Like
mm,
sex was not an open topic, and it was like. Let me not make it seem like that, but it was just like it was a disgusting thing. Don't do it. Don't talk about it. That's it. You get what
mm,
I'm saying? So
mm,
anything that looked like what is that? No, take that off. Yeah, no, we're not. No, no, no. Like
mm,
I grew up like a lot of my cousins are girls,
mm,
so I remember being like you know the cousins of like age growing into teenagers, and it's like oh no, you're not gonna wear a one strap shirt. You're not gonna wear you know what I mean?
mm,
Certain things like what?
mm,
Absolutely not. So I
mm.
can only imagine if I had been a 12 or 13-year old and I walked out in a flesh tone bodysuit, skin tight, like, do you
Ass.
understand that we will set this whole building on fire?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I just
Mm.
can't. Like, that's the part I feel like is, that kid that you're, was it that kid or the other black kid? I think it was that kid that you're talking about with the noses.
Mm-hmm.
His mom was saying,
That she didn't want to
yeah, and
like fuck up his opportunity.
that broke my heart
Ooh.
because I did understand it from that point of
And he wanted to get
view.
his mom out the hood.
I understood it like you just don't want and you do hear certain stories of parents not agreeing to or not letting their kids, you know what I mean, when it comes to like show business and stuff like not signing off and not sending them, not letting them go or not letting them do, trying
Mm.
to, you know, promoting school or whatever the reason is.
Mm-hmm.
But and that kid kind of, you know, resenting that parent, you hear those stories. So I get it from like hearing it from that point of view.
Well, you can resent me, but you understand later on. You know,
Yeah.
when you're of age to understand, like, and it's just fucked up how they're in that position to have to like, well, shit, do I want to make something of myself and get my family out the hood, or and have my son, you know, explore his talents and become this person, or am I hindering him from speaking up? It's just it's fucked up. Like as a parent, like it is a fucked up position to be in, but at the end of the day, like you have to use your better judgment and put your kid first and their safety and their well-being first. Like
Yeah.
that whole environment just seemed so volatile. Like Dan Snyder throwing his big ass sloppy ass weight around, insulting his employees,
Like I can't
inappropriate
imagine.
jokes.
Yeah, like I can't imagine being the parent of one of them or working in a place where just anything inappropriate that made me uneasy.
Hostile
Like,
like
why are
that.
you
Yeah.
touching waist? Why are
Yeah.
you like? Why are you?
Yeah.
This man was requesting massages.
Massages. Yeah.
Do you understand how quick I will be at HR? Nickelodeon, I don't care. I will be
Baby.
with. I will
OC,
call Oprah.
baby.
I'll call Oprah about this. Like,
Mm.
no, like somebody needs to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take action if you want.
Mm-hmm. And I'm one of them motherfuckers. Like, I will
I'll write a
call
letter so fast. I will type out it. Listen, I'm that person.
documenting your ass. Everything.
Yeah.
And then poor Amanda Bynes. Like,
Do you
where are
think
her parents? Where were her?
They're around.
They said she had a. They were
dad.
around. They were
The
trying. They
dad.
were
The
fighting
dad
for
sold her.
conservatorship.
Yeah, the dad sold her. They spoke about that in
Like they
Fight on Set.
emphasize how close her and Dan were.
Yeah, how close the dad and Dan were. Yes, that was part of the whole thing.
That is
the dad, like her dad, like she's in a Britney Spears situation. Yeah. Unfortunate to say. Poor girl. Yeah, I
can't listen. I don't give a fuck. Like, my baby come first. My child come first. Like, fuck all that. We're gonna figure out something else.
Like, is Amanda Bynes in a Wendy Williams situation, or is she just playing, like, going with the flow of things? Do you think?
I think she's really fucked up.
I feel like she's just going with the flow of things.
I think
she understands what's happening and what they're doing. Like, I think she understands, like, the totem pole situation between her and her dad, I want to say. But I don't know if it's her parents.
Would it be a
dad.
conservatorship if she wasn't kind of mentally something off?
Do you know how often people are committed because you said something I didn't like? And I'm going to tell these people you're crazy? Or you're saying something I don't like, or I don't want you to tell people that, or you're telling people that. Now I have to make people think you're crazy so they don't believe the things you're saying. Do you know how often that happens?
I think it takes a little more than that.
Like what?
Like, it has to be, like, documented, like a paper trail of, like, incidents of what you're doing, and you're a danger to yourself and others, and you don't have the capacity to think on your own. I think it's more to that, because you know how many times, I'm gonna put my business out there, but you know how many times my mama should have been committed. Like, not even being funny. Like,
yeah, but should have been is one thing. It's not like it's should have been is different from they should have accepted her. I tried to have her committed and they didn't take her.
Well, you can still, that's what I'm saying. If you still have a voice and it's not like.
No, what I'm saying you saying she should have been committed. Like, yeah, somebody should have called on her ass.
I'm not saying should.
No. I'm in the reference that you're giving. You're saying it like, yeah. Do you know how many times I could have called her?
But what she could have. But because of what she said, like, when people say, like, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna commit suicide. Right. But you know, if you do it if you do it, you're put on a 72-hour hold, you're held in the hospital, they do evaluations on you, they give you medication, and then they send a psychologist in or therapist in, and you talk to them, you tell them I'm not crazy, and they release you. So I'm saying for Wendy Williams or Amanda Bynes situation, it has to be more of
Wendy Williams is legitimate. I think she's being taken advantage of because of her situation.
Absolutely.
That's, a whole different conversation.
But Amanda
Bynes may also be legitimately crazy. I don't know that, but with the little bit of investigation, the little bit of super sleuthing I've done, I feel like maybe she just understands, like, listen, it's better to, if I can't beat him, I'll join him kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why make it worse on myself kind of thing. What's it called? Stockholm Syndrome. Like, because there are tweets of her where she's saying, this is Amanda Bynes, and she actually took a picture and posted a picture of her driver's license on a fake, not a fake, but on a separate Twitter account from her actual account, saying that, yeah, they're actually doing whatever. That's not me. That's my people talking for me on that account. I'm like, I think she understands. I think she understands it. I kind of feel the same way about Britney. The whole thing about Britney is like,
Britney, bitch.
Britney is crazy because they put her on a whole bunch of like psychedelic meds. You know what I mean?
That'll make you crazy.
Yeah, and whether she's still on them or not, she was on them long enough to where they've altered her brain. That's why she's crazy. I don't think she's crazy. I don't think she needed anything that they said she needed. I think she went through postpartum really tough,
Mm.
back to back,
Mm.
and the world called her crazy. And I think her dad joined in and let the world so that he could do everything that then followed.
You think so? You think
I
postpartum played? I, I'm. This news to me. I know postpartum is real. Postpartum is real,
I'm
but
I'm no doctor.
to that,
I've never birthed a child, but I also know postpartum is real, and I 100% believe she was heavily dealing with postpartum. She had, again, 2 kids back to back, and she shaved her head. She was dealing with postpartum. She was trying to be a mother. If you notice, every time like that, we were calling her crazy and saying there was something
she had
wrong
just
with
had a
her.
baby.
Not necessarily that so much as she was trying to get away from paparazzi while she was postpartum with maybe a 6-month-old or maybe a 1-year-old, but while postpartum.
Postpartum is real.
The world, you guys did that to her. You guys did that.
I can say postpartum is real. They did. Postpartum
You too.
is real. Postpartum is real. I don't know, they kind of like trigger something. Postpartum is real, y'all.
Yeah.
It's real. I have a nervous breakdown like every other day.
And I also feel like that's why the Lord took Whitney from us, because you guys didn't deserve her. You mistreated her for years and years and years. She was a voice sent here strictly to serenade us, I believe. I believe she was sent here strictly to bring us joyful noise. And you guys abused her.
Whitney was a menace. What are you talking
about? A menace? She lived her life.
What are you talking about? Whitney?
Who?
The Houston?
Who did she bother?
Whitney was nothing.
Who did she bother?
Whitney was nothing to play. She wasn't a saint.
Nobody should be anything to play with. Who did she bother?
Listen, Whitney wasn't.
Who did she bother? I'm not asking who bothered her. Who did she bother? Where is her scooter?
Whitney.
Who did she bother? Because she went off on Wendy?
Okay.
For talking about her business? So I would too.
She did her job. Wendy Williams did her job.
I would too. Shut up.
Don't smoke crack.
Let's get that straight.
Crack is cheap.
Let's get that straight.
But the way you painted Whitney just now, like she was a saint.
When did I use anything that
you said?
I said she was sent here to be a voice of joyful noise. She was sent here to bring us joyful noise. That has nothing to do with what her flesh chose to do. I said the Lord sent her spirit and her vocals to serenade us.
So because folks did their job.
No, you guys broke her down. You abused her. You mistreated her really bad. So what? She smoked a little crack. That's her business. A lot of people smoke a lot of crack.
So they reported on it because this is what you
guys
chose.
were mean to her. You talked about her. You made memes about her. You made fun of her sweating. You made fun of how skinny she was. You made fun of everything there was.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that this is what you choose. So when you choose,
you guys, she was not appreciated here.
That I agree with. But listen, when you choose this path of being in the forefront and being in the limelight, you have to take what comes with it. And if you choose to smoke crack, people gonna talk about you smoking crack. That's how they gonna talk about what you got on and what shoes you wearing.
Talk about it, but don't bother me. She didn't bother nobody. Don't bother me. Talk about it, but don't bother me.
They was clearly bothering her by talking about it, but she didn't want nobody to know. But we see that there's substance abuse.
And what are you? Which of us were offering to foot the bill for the rehab?
She didn't need a bill flip. She had it.
Which of us were offering to drive her to the rehab?
I'm sure somebody.
Which of us were offering to go sit with her all night to make sure the night before?
I would have sat.
Did you send the offer in? Did she receive the offer?
I tried. Listen,
okay.
I love Whitney.
Again, you guys misused her.
You think Michael Jackson? Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree more so with Michael Jackson than misusing Whitney. Like Whitney kind of like fought against.
I shouldn't say you guys misused her, but you 100% mistreated her. 100%.
We didn't appreciate Michael for sure.
Not even a little bit.
For sure.
I think he was appreciated in the wrong ways.
I always said before he passed, because I'm such a Michael fan, that when Michael passes away, the world will never be the same. And if you look, what was it, 2010? The world has never been the same since since Michael Jackson passed away. It's never been the same. Nothing was the same. What are you saying?
Trying so hard to find the correlation.
It hasn't been the same. Things like when Michael Jackson passed away, like the world went dim, just a little.
Okay.
Go look at everything that's happened since 2010.
It's in the dictionary.
Shambles. We're fucking doomed because Michael is not here anymore. So, to sum that up, Quiet on the Set.
Nickelodeon is despicable.
Is Nickelodeon still on air?
They have different, I don't know if they have different owners necessarily, but they're run by different people.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Who just hires pedophiles?
I think Nick Cannon is like heavily
Involved.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
He's heavily involved in Zeus too, so.
Is he? Really?
I think so.
Is that how it got so big so fast? I mean, not that it's huge, but
Zeus?
I asked that because there's so.
I'm sure he has a hand in it. I'm sure he knows like Lemmy and like the CEO.
No, Ray J. Ray J.
His new
is part of Zeus.
He's just launched his new app or his new network.
Who?
Ray J.
He has a new network?
Yeah, he just launched it.
He's doing so many
It's
things.
called Tronics or something. He sold Raycon and then he used the money to launch his, like, it's like a Zeus. I just saw the ad for it today. Like Blueface has a show coming out and everything. It's like the same. It's like Zeus's competitor. As if we need.
Are we still interested in them?
I mean, it's
like, how
entertaining to
long
me.
is that fad gonna last? Because remember, it was a thing for a minute with Bad Girls Club, the original one,
I was just watching that
and it faded out. So how long is this one gonna last?
until they catch a lawsuit.
But there's so many. Oh, so that's what I was about to say. There's so many of those little shows. Like, it's not just.
Now
I
that's
thought
TV.
it was Zeus. Yeah, like. But I mean the networks, but also those actual house shows.
Compton.
Yeah.
Bad Girls.
There's all Zodiac
South Central
House.
Baddies.
All kind of like. They're gonna catch a really big charge.
Yeah, until they're gonna keep going until somebody get that ass.
Like somebody loses an ear.
Yeah, like Bad Girls Club. The Montclair twins shut down Bad Girls Club after they sued them.
Claremont twins. Montclair twins.
Yeah.
They did? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they sued them.
Why?
For their fight or something.
Ah.
Yeah. Would you go on a show like that?
Remember the other twins from Bad Girls Club? What happened to them?
I just want to eat my Chipotle. Yeah.
I saw they were on something recently. One of them was.
They was bloody and battered. On the Bad Girls Club.
Who was your favorite Bad Girls Club?
My favorite season?
No, your favorite.
Bad Girl?
Yeah. Big Red Crimson Chin.
Who is that?
What was her name?
From Atlanta?
Was it Atlanta? I think she was Vegas.
Oh, she was in Vegas, but she was from Atlanta.
Yeah.
She was annoying.
Yeah.
Listen, my favorite Bad Girl. That's a hard.
Whoop her ass, Camila.
Camila.
That is my favorite.
Camila. But Camila disappointed on.
And call your auntie.
Get in the corner and swing on that windmill, that bitch.
She said, whoop her ass, Camila.
My favorite.
And call your auntie to pick you up.
Camila on Bad Girls Club, not Camila on Baddies.
Bad Girls Club.
Camila disappointed. Baby.
I wanted her to stay longer.
She got beat up on the reunion, but.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
They jumped on her head, huh? I haven't watched it since it aired.
Camila and Rolly got into a fight, and she lost.
Oh, she's on this? What?
She's on Baddies East.
I'm locked in
You have to watch
tonight.
it. You have to watch.
And what is Camila doing?
Camila is
Losing fights.
Camila is.
She's old.
She's not that old.
She's too old for them. Her and Tommy. What is Tommy doing there? Tommy's like 80.
Tommy's definitely too old. But Camila, listen, LBC, yeah, she disappointed a little bit.
Whoop her ass, Camila.
On Bad Girls Club, I would say Megan James. Cause she was whooping them hoes.
I'm starting to come around to her. I couldn't stand her at the time.
I don't care. I don't know her, but I don't care for her.
I do like how she never backed
now.
down. She never backed down. She was always ready.
Yeah, that's what I love about her.
When she snatched that girl's ponytail from the back, that's when I knew I loved her.
And then
okay,
made them bump heads and dot as a collective.
Yeah.
Megan James ain't no pump.
Okay, you're right. I give it to her.
Yeah.
I might actually give it to her over Camila. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because Camila was about it, but Megan was really okay. All right.
Megan had them hands. So yeah, would you go on one of those shows?
No.
No. Have you been in a fist fight before?
Yes. Yes.
Why were you fighting?
I don't know. People just aren't nice.
You were in a street fight?
I went to jail.
Wait, you went to the county?
Yeah.
For putting hands?
Yeah.
And you don't want to elaborate?
Not really. It's not my favorite memory.
We gotta know. Like, just what happened? Was it like a club night?
It was definitely a club night. It wasn't necessarily a lover's quarrel. There was somebody else who wanted to be a lover of my lover, I guess, and just wouldn't let it go.
To you as a woman.
They just wouldn't let it go. Like, we were all at so we were at one place. We were out, so we were at the club or whatever, and whatever. So I let it go, and then we all it's over. Everybody goes to eat. We're at
the Waffle House.
No, I won't tell you where we're at, but we're there. We're there waiting for food. It's like a parking lot situation, so we're there waiting for food.
Rallies.
I just felt so disrespected.
And you ran up first? Like you swung first, Prince?
I don't remember 100%, but because it was there was like a back and forth. It wasn't just like run up. There was a back and forth first. I may have. I don't know. I might not have. But I'd had enough either way.
Yeah, I was in a restaurant.
It was in a parking lot.
Okay.
It was in a parking lot. And yeah, I got hauled off in the paddy wagon.
You was like rowdy, like, nah, fuck that.
No.
You're like a silent, like a Krishan, like I'm a.
Yeah, I just want to get I'm not a fighter, but by the time all that happened, and really, my biggest regret with that is that I didn't just leave. I waited, try how you try to prove you're not scared. I don't care about no police. And I just waited there. Not waited, but stayed, I should say.
And got your ass arrested.
They pointed to me. I got pointed at. Yeah.
It's him over there, officer.
Yeah.
In the Nike tech suit.
Yeah. So that happened one day.
And you were in the back of the.
Yeah.
How long were you locked up?
And as a matter of fact, it was like an overnight thing. It wasn't a whole thing. But as a matter of fact, that's when I learned that getting handcuffed in front is not really a thing. Why is it behind? I didn't.
You wanted to be handcuffed like
I just thought you
put your hands up.
Okay.
They were like, no, turn around. The fuck you thought? This ain't no movie. Hands behind your back.
Yeah.
I'm
Come
crying.
to find out, that's not a real thing. So
I'm crying. I am crying, Prince.
yeah.
You tried it.
What tickles me is the fact, like thinking back, like the fact that I thought to ask, like, oh, wait. Yeah.
That was so appalling to you to put your
Not a
arms behind-
criminal.
Oh my God. So did you talk to your lover after?
Of course, but yeah,
It
that was a
wasn't.
thing.
It wasn't the same.
Well, I got picked up, and yeah, there was a whole. It was a. There was a. You know, you left. I feel like you should have been in jail too. One band, one sound. Let's go. They're arresting us. Let's go. Get your
hands
shit.
out front.
Get your shit and let's go. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, I just there was a lot more to it, but yeah. There was a thing. And then that was the end.
Wow, you have a record. One of us has a record.
Is that a record? I have a record?
That's a record.
Like, what would
you
that
have an
come up
arrest
on?
record.
Where's that gonna come up? Like when I go where? To do what? Who's gonna see that when? Like, I'm serious. That's a real question. When?
I don't know.
Nah, I'm nervous.
Probably never. But if you
Like at church?
if somebody knew your government and searched it, like hey, domestic violence.
There's a person in my family who drinks a lot. I'm not gonna say not in a bad way, but I got a call, but it was a voicemail, like a middle of the night voicemail, like
a jail call.
No. This person was up drinking and for whatever reason decided to pay like the $1.99 fee to do background searches on people. And I got a call with a detailed outline about this whole situation.
Wow.
A voicemail, yeah. That person probably will never even remember that happening. So, but yeah.
Wow.
Like years later. This is years later, not like this was years ago. First and foremost, I was still probably a teenager at the time.
I search people and I always like, I'm not paying that.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
I've done it before, and I'm not paying a fee.
I'm not
This
paying
person
that.
paid the fee, and they specifically said in the voicemail they paid the fee, and it gives you however many searches, and they searched my name. But it was a joke to them. They were laughing about it, but they were just like giving me full description of the whole incident. Like whatever the police report said, I assume.
It said it?
Like whatever, I never actually followed up to know what it said, but whatever was said, like.
They read it off to you?
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was cringe to me. No, I deleted it. I wanted to start crying. Like, how do you know about that?
It's like your deep dark secret.
I never brought it up. Like, again, they were drunk, so I know they won't remember it.
They
So I
just
never
searched.
brought it up again. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Memories. Isn't that crazy how they work?
It's a good life. It's a good life to be arrested. I've never been arrested.
No?
I don't have a record. Hell no. I don't
You
do
never-
shit like that.
Floated on, no insurance. Expired tax.
Absolutely, but I've never gone to jail for it.
No, I did I got one time. I actually went to jail for that too. Expired tags. But I was hiding it.
Jailbird.
Yeah. I was doing some extra shit, so.
You're smuggling?
No. Nothing illegal. Well, it was illegal, but nothing like that. my tags were expired, so I put like the paper plates back on. Like I just bought a new car. Like
Fictitious.
Yeah.
So you're a whole criminal because now you're trying to finesse the law.
Can you delete that?
Sure.
X that out.
Okay.
But yeah. No.
Got you.
I'm joking. No, I'm not a criminal. I've just had a past. I had a life. You know.
I'm too scary.
You did the same thing I did. You just didn't get caught.
I just didn't get caught.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a jailable offense.
What the problem was that the problem was I hid the tags.
That's true.
That's the problem.
I did that to my mom.
You hid her tags?
I bought a car for $75.
What?
No cap.
What kind of car was it?
It was a 92 color Sierra, and that cut off at the red light. So I have to cut it back on. It made a loud noise. It was the boxy one.
And you never got it registered?
So when I bought it from my friend, she was a grade older than me, a year older than me, and she graduated a year before me. So she stayed behind a year.
To give you the car.
No, she just stayed. And then so I went, long story short, when I graduated from high school, I went to Texas for a short stint and to go to school. Then I came back home. She was still here. She was on her way to college and she had this bucket and she wanted to sell it. I was like, well, girl, I ain't got it, but like, what you want for it? And
she said 75. And you had it.
I had 75 hours. And she was like, well, I don't have no tags. I don't have no registration. I'm taking my tags off. I had no license. I had no insurance.
You was just driving.
I was dipping.
So what was on it? No plates at all?
So this is what I did. And I'm not proud. So my mom it was a white color Sierra. So my mom had a white car at the time, I think. And my mom had her old plates in the trunk. So what I did, I said, well, I know my mom got insurance and she got license. So if she get pulled over, they're going to be like, oh, well, we're just going to let you go.
You took her plate.
Just dumb. So I took my mom plates and I put her old plates on her car. And my mom got pulled over.
And she got mad?
And they had her on the side of the road like, your car is stolen. Yeah.
Whose plates? What plates?
They were her plates.
But what car
they
did
were
they
like
go to?
old plates. So they were just trying to like tell her, I guess.
And people do not be knowing their license plate numbers. So she
At
couldn't
all.
tell here nor there.
To this
She
day.
didn't know what was going.
She brings it up to this day. Like they had
she
her on
knows.
the curb. Yeah, they had her pulled over like, your car, you have fictitious plates or something. It's like, oops, my bad.
So what was the conversation after? Like when she got home?
She cussed me the fuck out. Up and down. Like, I almost got my head knocked between the washer and the dryer. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of that.
I've never done that.
A girl had to do what a girl had to do. Listen, I had no plates.
I've never stolen anybody's plates now. Now, hold on. I've never stolen my parents' plates and gotten them sent to the slammer.
Yeah, I'm not my proudest moment, but you live and you learn.
Yeah, it happens. I feel like we grew up in a time where that's how everybody kind of did things. Like, I feel like I was raised by people who
Bro, dirty.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal in the 80s. Nobody cared.
No seatbelt.
Yeah, nobody cared if you didn't have insurance. Like, yeah, you're
No
supposed to
insurance.
have it,
Like,
but
what is insurance? An extra bill? Lapped up. We were
registration. I'll do it next year.
We were lapped up with no radio in the car, but somebody holding the boombox in the back seat.
No, my dad had the removable radio.
Yeah.
Not the faceplate. Like, you take the whole box out. And it had a handle on it, so you carry it.
Your dad was the man.
Yeah.
You had to be that nigga to carry that.
Yeah, he had
a Cadillac?
No. No, he was much more practical.
He had a Mercedes?
No, when I was a little kid, he had a Volvo. He was a Volvo driver. For a long time.
I had money.
Is that what that is? Nah.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
I didn't know Volvos were into Fresh Prince, and he would be like, "Can I drive the Volvo?" Like,
I didn't know that
what's the
same
Volvo?
same exact thing until it was like, no, I knew what a Volvo was, obviously, but I didn't know it was like
A person that had
a
a
car.
little coin
A
money.
car, a car.
Yeah.
It was just a car. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we watched Lotto perform with TLC. She performed Left Eye's parts on Waterfalls.
Yeah. And what do you feel?
It's awkward.
Awkward like what?
It's awkward. Like, why Lotto? And I know why Lotto. If I can guess,
Why?
it's because Lotto is relevant. She's more relevant than Little Mama, which would be the obvious choice because Little Mama played Left Eye in the Left Eye movie. She did a damn good job.
Yeah.
She's a good Left Eye.
And she just has that
voice.
n-
Left Eye-esque.
I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Lotto could have took a shot of espresso, a latte, before the performance. Like, there was no personality behind it.
Does she have a personality?
I have no clue. You said she was relevant. That's the first I'm hearing of it.
She's relevant.
Like, I know she's somebody and she's out there and she's known. Like, I'm not saying that.
In the female rap world.
But I mean, I feel like we could have had but I guess it's also the thing. I guess it's also the thing of giving like the younger generation. Yeah, I guess there's that part of it. So I guess that's also where Little Mama didn't come in because she's had those opportunities
Little
in the
Mama's
past.
not little.
Well, she's had those opportunities in the past, and she's
grown
done
mama.
them. Yeah, big mama. Because I feel like there's a slew of other female rappers that they could have chose to fill in.
Lola
that part.
Brooke. Don't play with it. Don't play with. Like, she's more of a Left Eye. Come on, baby, don't play with it.
Just no, that's not Left Eye.
It's been on, but she's little. Like, it's a little. I seen the rainbow yesterday with too many songs. Like, it's not a Lotto.
Am I the only one who thinks? And I love the girl, but am I the only one who thinks T-Boz dances like she's an amazing dancer? But
she has lupus.
Thanks. She dances like this amazing dancer who doesn't want to show us that she's an amazing dancer. I don't know. It's like
maybe she can't.
Maybe it's just the fact that she's standing next to Chili. Then maybe we don't do dance moves. Maybe we just go sing our songs. Like, why are we doing? But that's a step. That's a 1-2 step. Why are you guys still doing choreographed routines?
Why are you dressed like Pocahontas?
Yeah. Yeah. I just want they're they used to be peers in that area as far as like performing, but T-Boz and Chili are not peers any longer. Chili is in probably the best shape of her life and she was just about on her knee. They don't look good next to each other. Not dancing. They don't look good dancing next to each other.
Because it's a conflict.
Yeah.
One big's one small.
Chili is Chris Brown and T-Boz is... Yeah. And T-Boz is Little Kim.
Can I say that Chili has rubbed me the wrong way in recent weeks?
Why?
When someone commented on her picture and said that, called her chocolate, and she corrected them and said she was caramel.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with being called chocolate?
Not that if you're chocolate or if...
Chili is chocolate.
Yeah, I get it. I agree. I call her chocolate, but... I mean, why is caramel offensive? Why is it offensive to say one over the other?
Because why is it such a...
Because they're all beautiful shades of black. So why is
Absolutely.
one?
But
Why is it offensive to prefer to be referred to as one over the other
I
if
feel
they're
like
all in the same box?
I feel like she was offended because she had to go run to the comments and say, "Oh no, I'm caramel." What's the problem with being chocolate? I feel like that's how I took it, and maybe because I am a dark skinned woman and I know
But
what that looks like and what that sounds like. For somebody to be like, "Oh no, baby, I'm not that dark." Like that's what I took from that. Oh no, I'm not dark. I'm not chocolate. I'm caramel. I'm brown skin.
she is brown skin.
But that's not what was said. It was chocolate. She said, "No, I'm
Right.
caramel."
But we all know caramel is brown skin and chocolate is a deeper shade of brown skin.
Mm-hmm.
So she is. I'd call her caramel. I'd actually agree with both. You could call her either one, and I'd be like, yeah, I agree. But I don't see. I don't think that's offensive.
I think she.
I
Took
think
it
it would have been
offensively.
offensive if she said, "I'm not one of them dark girls." Oh no, I'm not a. I'm not chocolate. I don't think I'm chocolate. People, I've had that conversation with people. I feel like there are times of the year where I feel like I'm not chocolate. I'm more hazelnut. I've said that out loud to people, and it's not that there's anything wrong with it. I just don't agree with that. That's like saying I don't think that's blue, so to say. I think that's Dodger blue, or I think you know what I mean. Like it's. I don't think there's anything wrong with the correction or of the opinion. You just want everybody to be okay with being chocolate.
Be okay with it. Yeah, it's okay.
You're all
Cause we
chocolate.
walk in my shoes
Yeah.
and see and feel what I
Yeah. I feel like I got maybe I'm sensitive to that because not sensitive, but like it stands out to me because I feel like I got I don't think I'm chocolate because I got led to believe I was more chocolate than I really am as a kid.
feel because of who you were around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there weren't a whole lot of dark skinned people in my family. So there aren't a whole lot of dark skinned people in my family. So my skin stood out, comparatively speaking, stood out a whole lot more. So I felt like I was a whole lot darker than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And not that there was anything wrong with that, but
Mm-hmm. But how did that make you feel like that? If there's nothing wrong with that, how did that make you feel like that? Because it has to be something. It has to be something, right? Like for you to know, like, but shit, I'm the darkest
no,
one of
there
the
was
darkest
never
people in my family.
I
And
never
then
had a
you go out,
problem with
you
it.
go outside, and it's like, oh,
Now,
I'm not that dark, but I'm darker amongst y'all. You know?
for a long time, like as an adult, I would have the argument that I was chocolate, that I was dark skinned.
Mm.
And people would say, like, no, you're not dark. Like, you know, like, oh, yeah, you know, again, depending on the time of year, I might be darker skinned. But again, not that it was a problem, but I only bring that up to say, like, I kind of get that, like, no, I don't, like, in my opinion, this is chocolate, this is caramel, this is cinnamon, this is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Correct somebody. If somebody called you, that's like somebody calling you light skin and you being like, no, I'm chocolate. I'm not light skin, I'm chocolate. And then a light skinned person being like, well, what's wrong with being light skinned? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not that. I don't think I'm that.
We can look and, you know, we got eyes. Like that would be a
right. Well, the thing is, the conversation is because, like I said, in my opinion, her skin tone falls in between what I would refer to as chocolate or caramel.
Mm-hmm. No, I get what you're saying, but I just feel like maybe I'm sensitive to the subject because I am a darker complexion. So I feel like when people were like,
like
"Oh,
you
I'm
were
not,"
made to feel bad because you're darker skin,
was I made to feel
as a kid,
bad because I'm
or
darker
any
skin?
type of way other than normal or regular?
In different scenarios, yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And see, I felt the same thing, but it's not the fact that I ever felt like anything was wrong with that. I didn't like the references that would be made, if that makes sense. Like, why? Like,
why does it matter?
No. Like, why is my skin tone being compared to tar or whatever you're choosing to compare it to? Not that there's anything like chocolate is a nice comparison. But why are you comparing it to Black as Night or Black as Tar or Black
Mm-hmm.
as, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is what was offensive. Not being dark skinned, being
Mm-hmm.
compared to something that was not anywhere near my skin tone. That's not something that anybody wants to be compared to.
Right.
You know?
And that's the issue, right? Because
I don't
I
think that was her thing. I don't think it was like, don't ever compare me to that. I'm offended being compared to a dark skinned
that's
person. I think it was,
that's how
I don't consider myself dark skinned. I think I'm more of a caramel
that's how
complexion.
I
5'5" with brown eyes.
that's how I interpreted it.
That she hates all brown, all
Like I
dark
don't want to
skin. I hate chocolate.
don't put dark.
Don't mention chocolate in
Mm-hmm.
my presence.
Mm-hmm.
Chili, be no
And
chocolate.
chili is chocolate.
But
But I was told that I would be pretty. Like you're pretty, and I talked about this on Ghetto and Godly before. But I was told like you're pretty, but you'll be prettier if you was light skinned or if you was lighter. And of course, as a dark skinned woman or
again,
kid, I was told, I was all those
that's where
comparisons, the Tar Baby, the dark, like you're,
that's where the offense comes in. It's not
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
fact
saying.
that you're letting me
I'm
know or making comment of the fact that I'm a beautiful, deep, rich complexion. It's the fact that, oh, but if you were this, you would be prettier. Like there's something, you're making it seem as though there's something wrong. I'm offended
right.
because you're making it seem like there's something wrong, not because I think
Because
there's something
something wrong.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm offended.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I agree with that. But being chocolate is not offensive. Being called chocolate is not offensive in any shade.
I don't think anybody thinks that. I don't think Chili thinks that. Now, one thing Chili is not is light skin. So we can go back and forth between chocolate and caramel all day long. But one thing she's not is light skin. So I don't see where or why we would think she was offended by that particular.
It don't have to necessarily be light skin or dark skin. Some people are offended by the thought of even being thought of being chocolate. Like, don't call me chocolate because of what comes with it. You have, in my opinion, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, and you can too. But if you are darker skin, darker complected, you have a harder time in life. Period. You have to fight against much more than your average lighter skin tone black person. And y'all could agree with me or not, but I'm someone who's experienced it. I know this.
I think it happens.
So to be called dark skin is like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want them problems. I can laugh about it because I am who I am, and
I do not think that's where Rosanda was coming from. I don't think that's where Rosanda was coming from.
I do.
You do?
Absolutely.
I think she hates dark skin.
I don't think she hates.
She doesn't want to be associated.
I don't
with
want them issues. Don't call me dark skin.
She's said what issues?
That's how I interpret it. But I am. If you have to correct somebody and say I'm caramel, if I'm any shade of darker skin black, if somebody called me something not chocolate,
but we're living in a world where everybody is wanting wanting to make clear who they are and who they're presenting themselves as. The whole world is doing that. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to say, no, I don't want to be that because I don't consider myself that. I look at myself every day, and this is what I'm looking at caramel.
okay.
Again, I feel like it's like a light-skinned person coming in and saying you're light-skinned, or being offended because you're like, no, I'm not light-skinned. I'm not light-skinned. And then being like, well, what's wrong with being light-skinned? Why is that so offensive?
Is that the same thing? And we can
agree
to disagree on this topic. But is that the same thing? Have you seen that clip of Keisha Cole on 106 in Park way back when? And I think it was Bow Wow. He was asking her about Black Girls Rock. Like, you were a part of Black Girls Rock. Like, how does it feel to be a part of the movement? And she's like, I'm biracial.
No, I've never seen that. but I totally believe it happened. I 100% have faith that Keish did that.
It's like the same thing. Like, but you're black. That's why you're part of Black Girls Rock. Like, because
That's
you're
a different conversation. That's a completely different conversation. That is not the same as like, well, I think I'm this tone and you think I'm that tone. Like, that's different. Like,
But it's the same thing. You said I have to
chocolate
correct.
and
I have to correct people and
first
say
of all,
what I
chocolate
am.
and caramel are literally 2 hairs apart on the spectrum of color. They're not that far apart to where it's like, I get it. You know, well, why not just say this? But okay, but I could say orange or I can say red orange. It's red orange. It's not orange. It's red
I
orange.
swear, black people, we are something else.
You know,
especially when it comes to skin tone. If I had a nickel for every person that told me, like, but you're a baby.
What?
My daughter.
What?
I have a daughter. That your baby. She's not gonna be that dark. It's like, you know,
Why?
black people. like, what do y'all think? Genes are interchangeable. Like,
I have 2 light skinned parents. So
my dad is light skinned.
Both of my parents are. My dad's gotten darker as he's aged, but both of my parents are light skinned.
Yeah, but because she has 2 chocolate parents, it's like, well, why is she not as dark as you? What?
Yeah.
We are something else. This skin tone, maybe we should have another conversation on colorism.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking about colorism. We can talk about it all day. So, final question, what's a song that you hear that pisses you off immediately?
I just saw it or heard it performed live this past weekend.
Waterfalls?
No, I saw it live.
Oh,
It wasn't a Keisha Cole song. It was a Trey Songz song.
Oh, what song is it? Bottoms Up?
No. I have to get my Trey Songz. It's like a ballad. I have to get my Trey Songz voice on.
And I wish we never
Yes. Oh my
did
gosh.
it.
I hate. Oh my god.
But why? Does it take you back to a place in time?
A very specific place. A very
Mm.
specific place. And it just rubs me the wrong way. Look what this girl did to me. Every single and what made it worse, well, I think it's obvious maybe, but the fact that the situation I was going through at the time ran parallel to that song's like blowing up, if that makes any sense. So it was all like not all over the place, but every time I turned the radio on, it would play. Every station I would change to.
Oh yeah. He performed that.
Yeah.
And you were like,
and what's crazy is I was in a bad mood at the very moment. It's so crazy. I just thought about that. I was in a bad mood at the very moment he did that song. Yeah.
And he just fucked up my day.
No. I was in a bad mood because of something aside from the song. And then the song played. And of course, what other song would play?
No, I said,
while I'm feeling like this after I just got that text message that upset me.
You
Like,
did a good job of really fucking up my day. And you said you made steak. Nigga, that was banquet. Salisbury steak. You haven't heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh.
What song is it for you?
So it used to be International Players Anthem. But let me tell you why. But let me tell you why.
Song in the world.
My favorite now too. Let me tell you why. Because at the time when the song came out, remember Reading Back Tones?
Mm-hmm.
I had an ex-boyfriend.
I want to ring back tone right now. I need to give some people some ring back tone. There's at least 4 or 5 people I could 100% assign a ring back tone
Really?
to. Yeah. You need to hear these lyrics while you trying to reach me. Anyway.
So he had that as his ringback tone. And
which part? Well,
I
typed a text to a girl I used to see.
Saying
Is that what used to come on when you would call?
No, it was the chorus, like, ah. choose you, baby, and I'll tell you why.
Why the chorus? But you couldn't choose. Take what they had. You couldn't slice it.
Right.
Take what they got. This is it. We're gonna give you the chorus. That's the easiest part. The chorus.
And at the time when he had the ringback tone, like he was like avoiding me, like he was cheating on me, like
And
he
was
wasn't
calling back.
answering the phone. I was calling back to back, like nigga answer the fucking phone. So for a long time, I hated that song, but I'm healed, happy, happy in my marriage. So now, like I love that song. Like
For a period, Verizon was the only people who had ringback tones.
really,
Yeah, and
then T-Mobile got on.
I guess, but at first, just like how at first it was only Verizon with the iPhone, and then everybody else.
Verizon gets it first.
But
it used to be that. Now I love the song. Like I can rap it bar for bar. Like one of my favorite songs. If we ever go to karaoke, like put it on.
I wanted to do it at Trap Karaoke.
Put it on, baby.
You're performing with me?
Absolutely.
What verse are you taking?
Andres. Hands down. The intro.
I'll let you have that.
Okay. Who are you? Bun B?
Baby, you been rolling solo. Time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on the other side. If you know what I mean, I'll show you shit you never seen.
If you wanted the world.
And y'all can run it back and I'll do it again if y'all want.
Yeah, we can do that.
100%.
But now, in 2024, and Alexa always want to play this punk ass song. Rihanna and Drake. I don't know if that's for you.
That's my shit.
I hate that song.
That's my shit.
And there's no particular reason. There's no backstory to that.
It's just a stupid little pop song.
Like when I hear the
it's just a stupid little pop song.
I hate the song.
I don't know how to talk to you. I just know
it makes my fucking butt itch.
I turn it up every time that song. I don't play that song, like put it on, go look for it. But anytime it passes through my Apple Music, I turn it up a little bit. I give it a notch.
Nice.
Yeah. That Drake album was kind of a time in my life too. So, you know.
What was it called? Views.
Yeah.
Views.
Yeah. Controller.
So what's the moral of the story, Prince? We talked about so much.
My moral is, please everyone, well, just beg Trey Songz to stop performing. The song I hate so much. I actually really like this, and that's what's so annoying about it. It's a good song, but I hate it. Yeah, just ask him. Write him a letter or something.
And then the video was like...
I've never watched... Oh, no. I never watched the video. Never. Not one time. Like, not one single time have I...
I'm going to put it on for you.
I don't need you to. Like, I'm just getting... Like, literally, when I say, like, the time frame... What was that? Like, 2010-ish?
12, 13, maybe.
Was it? No, that was like 2010. It was like maybe 2011. 2010, 2011 time. And
I think it was a little after because he had the Neighbors album in 2010 because I know I played it out.
No, that came before.
Oh, okay.
It had to. I know because of what state I was living.
What's the song called?
I don't know. You don't understand when I say I hate that song. I hated it.
It's called Trey Songz Wish We Never Did It. Let's see.
We can't be friends.
Can't be friends. Songs can't. It came out in 2010.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I remember sitting in I had the moral of the story is just ask him to stop playing that song.
Make it stop.
Yeah.
My moral of the story is someone calls you chocolate, accept it.
You have to. It doesn't. You can be a Caucasian mountain lion. You accept the chocolate title.
You better accept it, or else we're gonna call you anti-black.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be called anti-black.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Can You Hear Me Now? Let's keep the conversation going with your favorite co-host. I'm Auntie Mimi.
I'm Prince Ali.
And remember to always be good to yourself and one another. Bye-bye.
Peace.